You've probably heard the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and there's definitely some truth to it. But let me be clear, it's not about playing games. In today's video, we're diving into 9 psychological tips on how to make a woman miss you. Not by being rude or distant, but by knowing exactly when and how to step back. It's a fine balance, and a lot of guys get it wrong. They assume ignoring her means being cold, but that approach never works. I'm here to clear up those misconceptions and show you how to do this the right way, from a genuine place of confidence and self-worth. Do it right, and before you know it, soon enough, she'll be longing to see you again. If you're ready for some game-changing insights, let's get started. Number 1, the scarcity principle. If you're constantly texting or calling, you might unintentionally signal that you lack personal goals or a sense of purpose. When you don't allow her space, you're robbing her of the opportunity to miss you. Think about it. Just like eating the same meal every day becomes monotonous, being constantly available can quickly lose its appeal. Dr. Robert Cialdini, a renowned psychologist, introduced a powerful concept in his book. We tend to value opportunities more when they're scarce. This idea isn't just relevant in marketing. It's a principle that explains a lot about human behavior. Take billionaires, for example. They often prefer a rare, slow car that's one of a kind over a mass-produced, ultra-fast model. The same concept applies to dating, and it's the reason behind the saying, nice guys finish last. It's not that women dislike nice guys, it's that nice guys often make themselves too available, while those who seem indifferent are perceived as more valuable because their time and attention are limited. However, you don't need to be a jerk to harness the power of scarcity. In fact, a nice guy who manages to present himself as scarce can be far more attractive than the average jerk. By not always being around, you spark her curiosity and make her wonder what you're up to. In contrast, overwhelming her with messages can come off as desperation, which is anything but attractive. The key is to maintain a balanced life. Always remember that people are intrigued by what they can't easily grasp. When you give her space, she'll start thinking about the moments you've shared, the laughter, the conversations, the good times. So pull back on the constant communication, not as a tactic, but as a way of showing that you have a full, rich life outside of her. She shouldn't be the center of your world. By giving her the room to breathe, you create a void that she'll likely fill with thoughts of you. This is the point where she starts to miss your presence. Let her take the initiative to reach out to you now and then. It's not about playing hard to get, it's about showing that you're worth waiting for. Number 2, ensure you have a balanced life, gentlemen. Guard your time with intention. It's a precious asset, so resist the urge to drop everything the moment she reaches out. Letting her messages sit for a while before responding is more than okay. It sends the message that you're not dependent on her attention. It shows that your life is rich, full of purpose, and that your world doesn't revolve around her. Women are naturally drawn to men who radiate contentment and fulfillment in their own lives. So by prioritizing your own growth and making the most of life's experiences, you'll effortlessly capture her interest. So while you're deliberately not focusing on her, be sure it's clear that you're fully immersed in enjoying the life you're building for yourself. Number 3, introduce a bit of jealousy. Although jealousy often carries a negative connotation, when wielded with care, it can be a powerful tool to inspire someone to miss you. This isn't about causing emotional harm or manipulation, but rather evoking a gentle sense of longing. A subtle approach is to emphasize your social life and the connections you share with others. When they witness you enjoying yourself, surrounded by people, it can ignite a small spark of jealousy, making them aware of what they might be missing. Casually sharing moments from your outings, whether through stories or photos, allows them to see the excitement and vibrancy of your life. Let them recognize that even in their absence, you're thriving, and that gap in your life is noticeable. By cultivating this mild jealousy, you create a quiet urgency within them, making them yearn for your presence and attention. Always navigate this strategy thoughtfully, ensuring that your actions remain anchored in respect and consideration for their feelings. Number 4, avoid falling for her attention baits. When she sends you a casual emoji or a simple hello, replying instantly, each time suggests you're just lingering, waiting for her attention. This can diminish your worth in their eyes because people rarely value what comes too easily. If you don't give them your attention right away, they'll instinctively start to work for it. Consistently responding quickly to these brief messages can lower your perceived value. So next time they toss you a casual text, resist the urge to reply immediately. Let it sit. This shows that you have your own passions, your own goals, and aren't simply available at their convenience. It's not about playing games. It's about demonstrating that your life is filled with purpose beyond just waiting for their messages. By delaying your response, your attention becomes a bit more scarce and therefore more valuable. This encourages them to put in more effort to engage you, ultimately increasing their appreciation for your presence. Number 5, exhibit your high value. It all begins with recognizing your own value, a step where many men stumble. They might think, she's more attractive, more social, or her life seems better. Yet, we've all encountered that one guy who doesn't seem to have a lot going for him, yet he walks around like he's a catch, and women end up believing it too. Confidence in your own worth is irresistibly magnetic. On the flip side, I've seen countless guys who are attractive, successful, and have all the right qualities, but still find women losing interest. Why? Because they put women on a pedestal, thinking she's the ultimate prize. The moment she senses this, her attraction begins to fade. I love sharing a story about my friend Ken. He used to say, if you think you're the man and act like the man, others will see you as the man. And when they do, you become the man. The same principle applies to being perceived as the prize. If you genuinely believe you're the prize, your actions will naturally align with that belief. And as you carry yourself with that quiet confidence, women will start treating you accordingly. Once they begin treating you like the prize, it reinforces your belief, creating a positive cycle. But which comes first, the belief or the behavior? The truth is, it always starts with your rock-solid belief in your own value. Now, how do you translate that belief into action around a woman? You can't just outright say, hey, I'm the prize here. That approach would only push her away or make her skeptical. Instead, by subtly behaving like the prize, she'll draw that conclusion herself, ultimately making her value you more. Number 6, become a puzzle for her to solve. Mystery holds a unique power of attraction. Don't rush to reveal every detail of your life right off the bat. Save some stories for later. Curiosity is a natural human instinct, and when someone can't fully figure you out, you stay on their mind more. Let her wonder, let her think about you, and let her desire to know more. This isn't about playing games or being misleading. It's about controlling the flow of what you share to maintain that intrigue. If you're an open book from the start, the sense of allure quickly fades because there's nothing left to uncover. But when you reveal yourself piece by piece, it keeps her interested, always wanting to learn more. Instead of pouring out every detail of your life, hold back a bit. Share just enough to capture her attention, but leave her curious about the rest. When you're not overly transparent about where you go, who you're with, or what you're up to, it creates a subtle puzzle she'll want to solve. For example, after an exciting day, instead of giving her the full story, you could simply say, had a wild, unexpected adventure today, and leave it at that. This approach sparks conversation and invites questions, rather than giving everything away. By cultivating this air of mystery, you become like a page-turner she can't put down, with each chapter pulling her in deeper. Not only does this keep you on her mind, but it also makes your interactions more engaging and rewarding, heightening the overall connection. Number 7, be less predictable. The next crucial factor in keeping a woman thinking about you constantly is to embrace unpredictability. Rob and I stress this in the Scrambler method because being unpredictable can work in more subtle ways than many realize. A lot of guys think unpredictability means simply taking longer to reply to her texts, which can work, but there's a deeper strategy to explore. For example, I recently worked with a client who, in the early stages of dating, would send a goodnight text every single night. Over time, this routine became predictable, and it didn't leave her with much to wonder about. To shake things up, I suggested he occasionally skip the goodnight text. And this small but impactful shift introduces a moment of uncertainty, creating a sense of confusion as she wonders why the text didn't come. By breaking her expectations, you allow space for her mind to wander, and when she's not hearing from you like she's used to, she'll start wondering where you are, what you're doing, and maybe even who you're with. Just like anyone else, her imagination will start to run wild. She might even check your social media or replay moments in her head, trying to figure out what's changed. This heightened curiosity grabs her attention and deepens her interest in you. It's a subtle way to keep her thinking about you, and it all stems from just breaking the routine. Number 8. Create competition. The next powerful strategy revolves around creating subtle competition. This is all about encouraging her to compete for your attention and interest. Here's how it works. If a woman believes she has complete control over you, she'll feel no urgency to invest further. But if you show her that she doesn't hold as much sway as she thought, it can spark her desire to win you over. Take a scenario where you've just gone through a breakup, or she's distanced herself. Instead of sulking, dive headfirst into a new hobby or activity. If she reaches out and notices you genuinely enthusiastic about this fresh passion, it sends a clear signal. You're not sitting around dwelling on her absence. This kind of energy shift can make her realize she's losing her grip on you. Women often assume that after a split, you're home feeling miserable and maybe even stalking their social media. That perception isn't attractive. But if she thinks you're off on exciting adventures, perhaps skiing in the Swiss Alps or deeply immersed in a new thrilling hobby, her view of you changes. She sees you thriving without her, which can trigger feelings of longing, making her miss the role she once had in your life. By introducing new passions and interests into your routine, you subtly create competition. When she sees you happy and busy, it naturally seeps into your interactions, making her question if she underestimated your value. This realization can reignite her interest, leading her to work harder to regain your attention. The key is to genuinely enjoy your life, not for the sake of playing games, but to show that you're constantly evolving, with or without her. Number 9. Leave them wanting more. Every interaction should leave them craving the next one. This means mastering the art of knowing when to end things on a high note, rather than letting them drag on until they lose excitement. Focus on the quality of your time together, not the quantity. By ending an encounter while it's still buzzing with energy, you create a moment they'll remember and want to revisit. For instance, during a great conversation, it's tempting to keep going, but if you end it while it's still engaging, perhaps with a playful hint of more to come, you build anticipation. You become like a favorite TV show that leaves them on a cliffhanger, eagerly awaiting the next episode. Instead of stretching out a date until it feels stale or you've run out of things to say, wrap it up while it's still fun. Saying goodbye while the excitement is still fresh leaves them wanting more and keeps you on their mind long after you parted ways. It's about creating that lasting sense of excitement where they look forward to the next time they see you. By consistently leaving them wanting more, you ensure you're never taken for granted. Your presence becomes something special, something they look forward to, and when you're not around, they'll find themselves missing you more. Mastering this balance ensures that their desire for you continues to grow, keeping you at the forefront of their thoughts. That concludes our deep dive into the subtle art of making someone genuinely miss you. Keep in mind, these strategies are about improving your own life and fostering authentic connections, not about manipulation. If you found value in what we've covered today, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. Don't forget to subscribe and consider joining our membership for more tips on human psychology and relationships. Your support allows us to continue bringing you content like this. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay strong and be masculine.